Hey guys, Magnus here bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing a video talking about my top 10 best buildings from 2017. So I've kind of been slacking a little bit, I'm going to be honest. I'm busy with other things and I kind of don't want to spend too much time on this. And so sorry that I haven't really brought out very many videos in the past few days. I do apologise. But basically, today we will be doing, of course, our top 10 best buildings in the Simpsons Tapped Out 2017. So buildings is a difficult one for me, and I don't know about you guys, but it's really hard for me to actually rank buildings, just because some buildings act more practical, because like you want to build your town to look realistic. So some buildings are like small and simple, but they're very practical in decorating your town. But other buildings are big and eccentric, and they look really cool, and you like them for that. So it is difficult to really kind of rank buildings, and so I've just kind of gone from the most memorable ones, but then I've also looked through, I basically went from memory, just from the top of my head, and then I looked through each update and kind of changed a few things around. So my first honourable mention getting into the video is basically all of the general buildings we got in the Secret Agents event. For example, as you can see here, the Springfield Dry Cleaners. So basically, we got a bunch of these kind of buildings, like the You Only Own Twice, the Painless Dentistry, the Not What It Seems, the Cafe Kafka, the Stoners Pop Palace, and the Crouching Panda Hidden Egg Roll, like all these kind of like spoofy little funny named stores that we got, and I really like them, and I know that they kind of served really kind of well in the Secret Agents event. Like they're all actually, turns out they're not actually real stores. They've got like secret cameras and stuff in them. They're all to spy on people. I liked how they twisted that, because now I've got a bunch of these buildings that are just really, they make sense in Springfield, and they decorate my town really well. And I've got to be honest, like the Secret Agents event is probably the best event we had in 2017 in terms of buildings, by far, in 2017, because the buildings that we got were just really cool, and they were, we were able to decorate our town with them. Like, I love Destination Springfield, but Destination Springfield, a lot of the buildings are like, why are these even in Springfield? They shouldn't be. This isn't rebuilding our Springfield. So Secret Agents really did a good thing with all these sort of general buildings that we got. And like I said, I've put the Springfield Dry Cleaners as just my first example, but really it goes to all of them. But anyway, let's get into the actual list. So number 10 goes to JG's Mansion. Now, this was quite a popular one amongst you guys, amongst the public. I'm not too sure why the mansion and I'm not even too sure why the mansion and like most of the stuff were really that popular, like JG and stuff. Like, I like JG. I think he is a cool character. I don't get why people are that obsessed with it though, because it wasn't that great of a tie-in, and it wasn't that great of a character. The building itself, the mansion itself though, is really, really cool. It is expensive. It's pricey. It is donuts. Maybe why it's sort of, actually the real reason it's isn't any higher is we've already got mansions in the game. It's not like a new thing. We've seen we've got Burns' mansion, we've got the Wolf Castle mansion, but it is cool to get another mansion. And of course, it kind of was a big building, a major building in that episode tie-in, so it made a lot of sense to add it in. Definitely, if the Tapped Out team were told that they were only allowed to add one building, like this was the building to add, and it's a cool building. So what can I say? Anyway, moving on. Number nine is kind of like a simple building, and it doesn't look that cool too much. And this is the Rumblewood Academy. Now, I actually really like the Rumblewood Academy. It's a building I've kind of wanted in the game for a while, so it was kind of cool when it first came in. It's not exactly that eccentric or anything. It is it's a pretty simple building, but more nostalgia, I guess, why I'm putting it on this list. But also just it worked really well in the Rumblewood. They kind of centralized it all on the kind of the Rumblewood Academy itself. And I think if they didn't obviously add this building, then it wouldn't have worked. And in some ways, you could say the building led the event, like a character leads the event. In some ways, I guess, because all of this is based around the Rumblewood Academy. So you, of course, can use the Rumblewood Academy to actually build what your Rumblewood Academy really is. So, like, you can build the back where there's, like, barracks and stuff, which I've done. And I've also thrown a tank in there. And, of course, the Eliminator, the big snake pit thing. So I just think it was a cool building. It's not anywhere higher because I don't think it looks that awesome. But it gets number 9. Number 8 is kind of just a personal favourite, and that's the Senor Ding Dong's Doorbell Fiesta. don't know, I love this building. I just love the fact that Senor Ding Dong is definitely one of the more unique and eccentric and awesome and cool characters that we've got in the game in the last few years. The last year anyway, the last 2 years. And his Senor Ding Dong Doorbell Fiesta is just a cool little simple building, kind of a spoof building, of course. Well, it's a doorbell shop, and I guess that is practical and does make sense, I guess. But it's just a funny kind of store to have thrown in there. So that's number 8. Number 7, I've put the Eiffel Tower. Again, of course, the Eiffel Tower is a big and very world famous building, a structure, or whatever. I guess you can call it a building. It's a building in Taptown anyway, and yeah, I mean, it made sense to obviously add it in Destination Springfield in the French Act. If anything, I would have been annoyed if they didn't add it, and the fact that they were, I was unsure if they were going to bother adding real life landmarks, because I don't know, I've always felt that Tapped Out really play it safe when it comes to copyright and like when it comes to like other stuff like adding celebrities and stuff. They don't do it. They just don't. Like Family Guy Quest for stuff, they add everything. They add like copyright stuff. They had real life people who've been in episodes, but like maybe we're just in one episode. And Family Guy Quest for just I don't play it, but I see what they add. I've looked at the update list of all the characters they've got, and they just add whatever. But I feel like Tata always plays safe. So I was afraid that. Well, I say afraid, but I was like, I was quite surprised, is the word I'm looking for, when they added the Eiffel Tower, because I thought they wouldn't go there. But yeah, really, really cool building, looks awesome. Of course, it was free in the thing, so it's just, there's no reason to hate it. It's a great building. Number 6 goes to the Heavenly Swing Set. You guys have probably heard to death why I like this. I've kind of explained it. If you want to see in depth why I love this building, go look at my top 10 or top 5 Christmas buildings. That video I basically talk about, it's in the list, and I talk about the Heavenly Swing Set. Really, really cool building. Came with Jesus, of course, and if you want to see more detail, go look at that, but I'm pretty sure I've talked about that to death, as well as the ice cave, the candy cave. So let's move on. Number 5 is the Shaboom Kaboom Cafe. So this one was put forward as the best, and of course the building that won, I'm pretty sure was the airport, right? Just double check. Yeah, it was the airport. But this was third, was it? Yeah, this was third in the public vote. And yeah, I can understand why. It just looks awesome. It's not particularly, it's not like any nostalgia or anything like that. It's not got any of those kind of reasons to why it's on. It's not really like a practical building. Of course, it was donuts in the Secret Agents event. But it just looks awesome. And I agree. It's a really cool looking building, and it definitely deserves to be on this list. It's just so refreshing to see. And I'm definitely throwing it in on there. Number 4, and maybe I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I was talking smack about too many hotels in the game the other day, but I'm giving this to the Ye Olde Rampin. Now I do from what I like the County Fair update, I kind of didn't like that much. Like overall, and I have my reasons, but I've got to be honest though, I really do love the Ye Olde off rampant. It was definitely the best thing in my opinion that we got in the County Fair update. I prefer this building above Mary Spruckler. I'll hands down, I do. As much as I love Mary Spruckler, I think this building is just awesome. It's just I thought about. I'm pretty sure it was on my list actually for top 10 buildings, like on my updated version that I didn't end up releasing. Pretty sure I'll have to double check, but I thought I'd put it on because it's just an awesome building. It just looks cool. Again, it's unique. It's just something completely brand new. And I was complaining on Valentine's Day that we've already got loads of hotels. This is another hotel. I think Apperson asked how many hotels are there. There's tons. If you consider like it's like 300 people. I think it was like more of a sarcastic thing, obviously. But there's literally like 300 people in this town, and there's like multiple hotels. It's ridiculous. But the other off ramping is just pretty cool. It's just a really cool looking building. So definitely gets number 3. Number 3 on my list anyway. No, definitely gets number 4. Sorry. Number 3 on my list is kind of one that really hasn't been touched. It was never touched on in the public vote. It was just kind of there. I wanted to vote it. Originally, I wanted to put it as my second choice in the public vote, but it ended up not needing my second choice. Just my first choice was needed because nobody counterclaimed it or anything. But basically, my original second choice, which is now my third best, is the Temple Beth Springfield. So I really like this building for multiple reasons. For one, it's nice to have a synagogue in the game. I know there isn't that many Jewish characters. I'm pretty sure it's just the old Jewish man, Krusty's dad, and Krusty himself, and maybe his daughter. I'm not sure about his daughter, but I forget they're the only Jewish characters. So yeah, maybe Springfield doesn't quite need a synagogue, but it's nice to have a synagogue. It's nice to have some other kind of religious building in the game. And it just overall looks like an awesome building. It just looks really cool, in my opinion. I don't know, the architecture of it is just really nice. But a lot of synagogues look really nice. Like, a lot of religious buildings do look really nice, because a lot of people spend, much money coming up with just a beautiful building. And that's what cathedrals. I think the most beautiful buildings in countries are always cathedrals and mosques and synagogues and temples and stuff like that. I think that because there's a lot of love put into the buildings, and yeah, this looks cool as well. So definitely really awesome. But I kind of went on a tangent then. Of course it was donuts, but who cares? Who cares really that much? I always like to consider it, because I like to be like kind of like play it fair for people who play free, but a lot of us don't care. Anyway, number two, this is the one that I actually put forward, and that is the Jazz Hole. I did actually put this forward in the public vote, but I kind of changed my mind after somebody else put another building forward, and that's what number 1 is. Of course. The Jazz Hole was in the public vote. I put it forward. It got the least amount of votes, though, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it got maybe 7%. I don't know. I can't actually tell from the chart. It doesn't say, but... yeah, sorry, excuse me for my cough. Yeah, it didn't get very many votes anyway. It got less than 10%. And I can understand why. And the reason I'm putting it in here is purely for nostalgia. That's the only reason I really love this building. No other reason, to be honest. It's just a simple, cool building. It's a nice little club, and of course it came with Bleeding Gums Murphy, who's an awesome character. So there you go. And I went number 1, which also won the public vote, so you might know what it is, but we'll come in with that drum roll anyway. Okay, so number 1 goes to the Springfield Airport. So, of course, I had to give it to Springfield Airport. This was in the public vote, and of course, it did get a whopping 30.8% of the public vote, so it was definitely the most popular. So you guys probably agree a large chunk of you agree with me on this, which is cool. So yeah, I completely missed this building, and yeah, it essentially made this Destination Springfield. Like, as much as I give credit to Norbert Van Houten, I really should give credit to the Springfield Airport as well, because as much as he led this event, the airport led this event in its own respect as well. The fact that you had to send characters to the airport to go on flights and stuff. So this was a really central building, really important to the entire structure of Destination Springfield. Of course, Destination Springfield is one of my most favourite events in the last 2 years of Tapped Out, so I have to give this building credit. I have to make it number 1. Of course, it was free, which is awesome. Everyone got this building if you played the Destination Springfield event, because it was the first building you got, and it was free and everything. Really awesome building, and yeah, nothing really more to say, because it's kind of like so obvious to why it's number 1. So yeah. Anyway, I do apologise if there is a little bit of waffling and stuff. Somebody complained about my waffling in one of the other videos, and I get it. To be honest, I really do waffle. I kind of go on tangents, and I just talk a bunch of stuff. Like, I really just use YouTube as just a way just to kind of like come up with a topic and then just not really care too much and just kind of spew everything out. And I guess that's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's completely fine. If you don't like if you want to watch Ted's videos or Nuclear Videos HD videos, like if you want to watch the videos where they talk about different like that's what's great about Ted's channel. He goes through, each building, like every time it comes out, he'll do a video on it. And Nuke does the similar thing where they basically both. I just don't personally. I could do that, and it's not like I'm lazy. I honestly, that would be way easier for me. I just prefer doing this. Just do ranking and just kind of rambling. And if you want, just click off this video now, because the rest, this rest is just me rambling. Anyway, yeah. But if you do hate the rambling, if you do hate the waffling, and I will not be offended if you don't watch the videos. If you want to like stay for just my idea videos or something, that's fine. I mean, you don't even have to subscribe. You could just watch them, just check in every month to see if I've done one, and then just watch it. That's completely fine. I'm not even bothered. Like I'm happy with 1,000 subs at this point. I'm happy with the core subscribers I've got. Even if it's only like there's only like 3 or 4 people who regularly comment in my videos, and I don't know, I respect them. Like that, those are the guys I like. Those are the guys I'm doing these videos for. Really, I guess. But anyway, that's my kind of heartwhelmed ramble at the end of the video, and yeah, this video is now 15 minutes long. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, goodbye.